So it's away we go then. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world.
Ferran Torres. Hazard. Serginho's cross.
Well, that kind of touch usually leads to a mouthful from several angles.
Serginho. Can he get onto this? Gerrard. And that's gone loose. Shevchenko. Decent chance! That's another chance! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Chelsea are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Not the most accurate pass. And that's going right the way across. It's a pretty loose pass. Doué. Quick look, then plays it in. That's a decent clearance. Neymar. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Threads one in. Guéhi kept aware. And it is reclaimed easily. And it's De Bruyne. Pass somewhat off target. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looks to the other side. Burmo. Hakimi.
Chelsea genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation.
Burmo! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all.
That pass isn't the best. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Ferran Torres. Well, he's going for goal! They want to be quick to recover this.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And Burmo gets flagged offside. And he's there to retrieve it. Now, can they get him away? De Bruyne. That's destined for the flank. Ferran Torres is wide and looking to get onto this. McAllister. De Bruyne demonstrating his defensive quality there. And he's played it back. Spread to the right. Oh, good ball!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that has put paid to that. Neymar looking understandably energised after his goal. He's got away. That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? So a big chance now from 12 yards. Pickford clearly engaging in mind games here. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Picked out, and De Bruyne! De Bruyne! Is there nothing he cannot do? He's got himself an absolute peach. With half-time at hand, perfect timing. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
And the finish! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Doué is offering a wry smile there.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And the pass is intercepted. Gehi calmly anticipates. And here's Doué. Casemiro clears. And we've reached half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Manchester United are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, Ferran Torres. Number 18.
That gets us going once more.
Number 13.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Hazard. Coming on the field. Number
Burmo.
4.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Number
Well, there's your
24.
danger man. A title that is entirely
Number 15,
justified.
Raul.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. De Bruyne. Raul played out wide, and that is a little undercooked. McAllister. Good ball, good take. Takes a shot! And a neat finish. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Oh, can he get onto this? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Neymar! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now, what about a counter-attack? And he's quick to return it. And that was very necessary. Ball's gone out of play. And he's managed to gift it back. De Bruyne. That is ended up in no man's land. Taken back almost at once. And he can thump it away. That's a throw. Burmo. Some really good ball movement. And he's forced to go back. And he plays one through. He's found a way through. Oh, important interception.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Thinks one through. And this is Neymar.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's De Bruyne. Neymar. Burmo. And the through ball. Pickford with the clearance. And he's only too happy to take that back. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Kaka. Nice bit of trickery. Raul. Raul was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Neymar. Oh, he's all alone. And he shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been cleared. He's rising! Oh, it's hit the post! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance.
Stood up well to him there. And the pass is intercepted.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That pass has been well intercepted. Tries to play it through. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Shevchenko.
Shevchenko really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Both sides exercising caution for now. He is through here. And he can thump it away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's been given away. Guardiola. Brilliantly cut out. Edmilson.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
And we have our very first corner. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Denilson, and it's Robertson. Manchester United
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Burmo. Guardiola. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Robertson. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Guardiola. Burmo. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Zanetti. He's picked his way through. Stam. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Neymar.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Zanetti. Zanetti delivers. Howson gets it away. Edmilson! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Edmilson clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And he cuts out the supply. Well, oh, terrible mistake. And Burmo finds himself offside. Gerrard gets across to intercept that. Rodri. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Danielson. Danielson scooting forward. Now that looks a decent ball. Stam kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Rijkaard. Neymar. Danielson. Massaro. Ball played for Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Neymar, and he lines up a cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Both sides defensively robust up to now. It's a good spell of possession, this. Knocks it out wide, and he's quick to return it. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Burmo. And it's Gerrard. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, that's fabulous. Chance, surely! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that pretty much works out as a gift due to the space he was afforded in the box.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Stam kept his eye on it, and he's there. Danielson. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Ball is over the line.
Manchester United are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
So we've reached the hour mark. Zanetti. Now, can they get him away? And he whips, impressive jump! But he's left disappointed.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Shifted it to the flank. He's a sharp little ball here. Quick look, then plays it in.
Well played and well cleared. Madrid really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Tries to pass it through. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Adams makes the interception. And it's Neymar. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Can he latch on to this? He's got away.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Massaro. He'll try from distance. Oh, off the bar. Rodri can clear it away. And it's made its way to him. Great chance! And he hits the net. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 7.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
10,
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
16.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
5, Serginho. Coming on
Aims
the field.
beyond the defence.
Number 20.
Can he get on the end of this? And he's managed to get free. Oh, well played.
Number 22.
Oh, this looks sharp.
Number 8.
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Khan claims it without any fuss.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And this is Maradona. It's Maradona! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, that's poor. That's a poor decision he's made there. He should have trusted his instincts. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Madrid are looking to go forward now.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
There will be 3
Olise.
minutes added time.
Azar. Great vision. Oh, perfectly measured that. Shevchenko picks it up out wide. Ball in towards the middle. Howson getting this one clear. And they're back on the ball again. Olise.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I laugh.
Oh, great leap! Oh, that could be pivotal! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And that will be the final act. Manchester United pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Manchester United never quite got to grips with this game, Peter. They looked slow and cumbersome in trying to counter much sharper opposition.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Egypt.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running.
Well, Peter, we're about to watch a terrific defender in Carlos Puyol. He'll lead by example and continually organise. His appetite and attitude to the game is absolutely fabulous. There's an awful lot to enjoy about his play.
And he exudes charisma.
It's
Neymar! Neymar! What about that one?
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So, a breakthrough already. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Serginho. This is a promising build-up. Wriggles his way through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Strokes it back. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, that's a key interception. Alexander-Arnold. Great vision. Picked out Shevchenko! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Header comes in! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Looking for a runner. Dink through. That's a shade optimistic. Bastoni. Great chance! Gerrard with the clearance. And he cuts out the supply. Manchester United
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Looking for options for movement. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And it's been hooked away. Rodri. Showing great feet there. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Out towards the flank. Now there's a fine ball. Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Rafinha takes a shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.
He won't be happy with that one. It's a pretty loose pass. McAllister, Saliba, promptly onto that, and that is that. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. It's a good spell of possession, this. Knocks it out wide. And he welcomes it in. That is a brilliant interception. It's a really well-measured ball. And this is Ronaldo. And he can thump it away. And shifted it to the flank. Serginho has the space to scheme.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Now he's running away. Oh, good ball. Shot at goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Not the most accurate pass. Big chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Ugarte.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And the pass is intercepted. Dani Olmo. Rafinha picks it up out wide. McAllister. And it's Pedri. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Esteval ploughing through the middle. And the shot! And he hits the net. Egypt are level. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. Good read, needed to be. Serginho. Deftly away. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
Hello everybody, and please
The
join
midway
me in
point of the
wishing a
game.
happy
Well,
wedding
I think it's been a
anniversary to one
fantastic
of our
watch
best club
with
members.
chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Manchester United are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Egypt get the ball rolling in the second half. Can he get on the end of this? Serginho's cross. Fletcher can get it clear. This looks promising. Dani Olmo! Has another go! No, just not quite.
Well, he's missed a very good chance there. He might have got a little too much on that.
And now they can spring out of defence. Egypt have reclaimed it. Burmo threads one in. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. It's a throw-in. Esteval. Swung over. Rafinha. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Saliba. Now Ugarte. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Egypt have their second corner now. Alexander-Arnold with the short one. That's good defending, very good defending. Egypt have their third corner. Alexander-Arnold goes short. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Rafinha. And it's Pedri. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Dani Olmo.
Can he finish? He doesn't look too happy with that. Esteval has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Rodri. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Dani Olmo. And it's Pedri. And he's being shifted off it. Pass somewhat off target. Darren Fletcher. Shevchenko might just make this. Ugarte. Well, that has not gone well. McAllister. Rodri. Looking for the run. Oh, well played. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, good take in a good area. Gerrard. Plays a sharp little ball here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Shevchenko. Could move up a gear here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Can he get it through? That is good alertness. That's destined for the flank. And this is Ronaldo. Esteval. Not a hint of offside here. Esteval! They want to be quick to recover this. And again! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Egypt get their fourth corner.
Manchester United. Number 7, Neymar. Number 10, Mbumu. Number 16, Gerrard.
Egypt really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Coming on the field, number 20,
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Number 19, Gullit.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Maradona finding himself in space.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And he's in on goal. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's intervened well there.
2 added minutes.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Shevchenko can be a real threat inside the box. Serginho. Oh, super find. He is through here. And this... Batistuta! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
All hands on deck for this one. Batistuta! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. And that is the last of the action. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Manchester United.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running.
The Dutch have a great heritage of producing some of the most talented strikers, and this one has...
Chance!